Welcome to selfdiscoveryradio.com, where the orchard of wisdom is just ready for picking. We celebrate your why, the journey that you've taken that inspires someone else. We support your services, we support your story. Come and be our guest, become a host, be an author with us. Come and see what we've got. Our next show is... Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another edition of Sara's View of Life. I'm your host, Sara Troy. Names, words, what do they mean? Well, I'm going to be putting out a piece in a while about the name change. Self-Discovery Radio has become Self-Discovery Media. But this is the journey of what we've taken here. See, I started off as PLV Radio, Positive Living Vibrations, but people didn't get what the PLV was about. So 2 years in, I changed it to Self-Discovery Radio. At that point, radio was something people more associated with rather than podcasting. Then last year, I changed it to Self-Discovery Radio TV because I had gone into video blogging. Now, it is Self-Discovery Media. Why? Because media is a big umbrella and it covers a great deal. Simple to remember, and with everything that we're about to go into, it is the name that represents. Why did I not come up with this earlier? Because I was channeling one particular channel. Now I'm on many channels, and many channels are before me, and media is one that covers it. See, we must not be afraid to actually do the changes necessary to represent where we are right now. This is the name of the station, Self-Discovery Media, formerly PLV, formerly Self-Discovery Radio, Self-Discovery Radio TV. All the links still go to everything Self-Discovery Media. All the PLV links and the Self-Discovery Radio and Self-Discovery TV go to the new title. So I'm not worried about people losing us or losing any of the shows that we've had on here. It's just a representation of who we are right now. I think that's a metaphor for life, isn't it? I was born Sara North. I married, became Sara Toe. I divorced and chose the name for myself, Sara Troy. Sara Troy is more representative of who I am. It's my name, a chosen name. And so Sara Troy, I'm very comfortable with. Should I ever marry again? Will I change my name? I don't know. Most likely, I will keep Sara Troy as my radio name, or podcast name, or media name. It gets confusing, I know. But the point is that we have to be willing to evolve, willing to grow, willing to try new things. See, how do we know if it works if we don't explore? I've done many things here on the network, and I have been associated with magazines, I've been associated with affiliate programs, I've been associated with many things. Some have worked, some haven't. But that doesn't mean you stop trying. It doesn't mean that you don't step out and try something differently. You never know what's going to come back on you. And that's very, very interesting that I have found in this last year. Many of the people that I'd interviewed in the past came back. Sara, I'd love to do another show with you. And it's opened up the doors to new alliances, new ventures. Just take the Let's Get Sync series with Alison Goldwyn. I'd interviewed her a few years ago. She came back to do another interview, and we decided to put a series together. She brought me all these wonderful people from around the world who were helping people change the emotional climate around climate change. They're extraordinary people doing wonderful work. And now I'm actually doing the roundtables, taking people I've interviewed before, putting them together with someone else, and expanding on that knowledge even more. Doing the same format with energy. I've interviewed many, many people with different devices and programs and systems, all about raising our frequency, raising our energy hertz, raising our good vibrations. They've all had individual shows, and now what I'm going to be doing is bringing them together in collaborative shows. You see, because that's expanding on the knowledge. That's expanding. I'm expanding. I've told you about my selfdiscoverycommunity.org. That is the place ultimately that I want to be, which is about serving the community. You see, I know firsthand how it is when you're at a crossroads in life. One of the first things to hit you is your pocketbook, your wallet. You can't afford the services of the people that are going to help you move forward. You can't even afford to survive, and very often people stay stuck in a job they hate, a marriage that's killing them, in a place that is soul devouring, and they stay there because it's the paycheck, and they don't want to be without. But sometimes you have to take that leap and kind of land down at the bottom, empty of everything, in order to rebuild and renew. But having been there and literally crawled myself right back out through difficulty, through challenges, through depression, through adversity, but got here because I just kept believing there's got to be something better, that I hadn't lived up to my potential, that I hadn't even explored my possibilities. And I was willing to take the journey, but it would have been so much easier if I had met even half the people that I've interviewed and had their guidance along the way, their encouragement. And the beautiful thing is through the years of how those wonderful guests have turned around and offered me their services and helped me at a crossroads that I was at. Very beautiful. But when somebody's down and out, and the wallet is down and out with them, what do you do to help them? See, they don't want a handout, they want a hand up. They want somebody to help them get back on their own 2 feet, to give them a sense of meaningful and purpose and a reason for being here. And somebody who's taken the journey before them is one of the best people to be able to help them, because they've been there, they've done that, they got through it, they went through the process, and these are the skills and tools that they have that they can now pass down on to someone else. So Self-Discovery Community is a place where I will have, through various ways of fundraising, through books, collaborative books, where people contribute a chapter to a book. That book then, in the money raised, goes into the kitty that then affords the services from the people that are in the membership. The people in the membership are people I've interviewed that are coaches, counselors, healers, developers, business leaders, mentors, and they offer their services, and they will offer their services at a discount that we will pay for to help people get back on their feet. So that's where my passion lies. That's what I really, really want to see ignite. This year it will. Because what I'm doing right now is setting up that membership. You know, it's wonderful that they have shared the story and their skills and their tools in a show, but I don't want them to get lost in the library. So now there's going to be a business page, and that business page is going to be on the selfdiscoverycommunity.org. It's going to be on selfdiscoverymedia.com. It's also going to be in a virtual to reality platform. And that means that there's at least 3 different ways that people can find you. The business page will have the shows that I've done with you, with the guests. It will also have their profile, the business profile, a video, and it'll be something they can update every month to currently what's going on. It's across the 3 platforms, giving them more of that profile. Easier for you to find, and if you want to know what they're about, you just listen to their show, and you can get a feeling whether they're talking to you or it's somebody that you can reach out to. It's a different form of service, but coming from a place where you truly have the opportunity to resonate with someone. Not just an ad, not just a flash, not just a this, but their story. You see, their story is their journey to how they develop the skills and the tools they have here today. And if you resonate with that journey, then you actually understand the tools and the skills they have and how they apply to you. I know I've learned more in my life from taking my own journey and then interviewing people with their journeys than I ever had in a school environment. You see, to understand life, you have to live it. To understand strength, you have to go for the struggles. To understand the obstacles in front of you, you have to find your courage. And when the adversity is staring at you and you think this is the end, it's an opportunity to be a beginning. It's how we look at it. It's how we perceive it to be. I've been there where I thought it was all end. What's the purpose of me living? I'm not serving anybody. I'm not of any good to anyone. And I was totally in despair. I wrote an article on depression. Somebody saw that, saw my site, and said, you need to be on the radio. And I joined a different network where I was there for 13 months, live shows. And that put me on this path that I'm on today, where I opened up my own network. You see, had somebody not seen the message in that depression, had somebody not heard me, she wouldn't have seen what she saw in me. And that's the thing, we have never, ever any understanding of how or who or when or where we're going to touch someone or connect with someone. It's quite extraordinary. We'll go to various network events, or we'll do networking online, and it's all about everybody soliciting each other and swapping cards and everything else. But we know that in order to do good business, you've got to have good relationships, and you've got to be willing to build them up. And those relationships that you cultivate, that you nurture, that you support, that person may not be your client, but because of who you are, they will bring clients to you. So there's an old paradigm that's leaving, flash and dash and look at me, I'm so important, rah, rah, rah. People want that intimacy of a relationship. They want to know you see them, you hear them, you care, that you're willing to listen, and then provide them with some tools and skills and solutions that they can apply to their lives in order to move forward. That's what it's about. That's what Self-Discovery Media is about. These are the people that you will find here. People who've taken the journey and they now wish to share. So whatever the name change is, it's just the name change. Who we are, why we are, what we're doing, where we're going, that's solid. I'm excited about where we're going. There's going to be down the road video or podcast, educational podcasts, tutorials. There's going to be documentaries down the road. Most certainly the books. There's the opportunity for philanthropy. Most certainly for sponsors to come along and sponsor a cause. Imagine taking a very, very important topic of people that have struggled. Maybe it's veterans, maybe it's foster children, maybe it's people with Alzheimer's or autism, or people in business that have known the struggles of bankruptcy and having to start all over again. And you put so many of these people in a book, each one of them contributing a chapter of that wisdom that then correlates with a show where they talk about it, and you have a business page where you can get in and really understand their services. That impact, that knowledge of getting to know that person before you even reach out to them. And then when you reach out to them, you feel you know them and you're inviting them to know you. There's many other avenues I could take. I could do this and I could do that, but I've learned I have to do what my core tells me to do, what it guides me to do. I have to do what my soul and heart resonate with. And I very, very might have a different direction to go in further down the year or in the years to come. But this is the path that's been given to me now. This is the path that I'm on. This is the path that our new beginnings are on. I bring with me all that knowledge and the wisdom of how to extract that knowledge and apply it to your own life. I'm very excited, delighted, and joyful over what we've achieved, where we're going, and what that next chapter is. 2019 is about action. Call it actionism. You see, it's no longer the time to talk about it or plan it. It's the time to do it. It's the time to step up and make it happen. Because in making it happen, you're contributing. So, don't be swayed by the name changes. With Self-Discovery Media. And all the channels and forms of media that are before us are our invitation and opportunities to seek out. And I'm really excited to explore those opportunities, those collaborations, those synergies of partnerships, those opportunities of working with sponsors who believe in the message, who wish to choose the conscious path of enlightenment, who wish to be a part of the solution to the planet, who wish to invest in people. If you are one of those people, I'd be delighted to speak to you. You can contact me here at info@selfdiscoverymedia.com. And come and check out all our genres. Over the next time period, the site's going to change too. Be more accommodating of all the wonderful library we have in the Orchard of Wisdom library of old shows. You see, knowledge doesn't die. Events may have passed, but the knowledge, the wisdom that these people have shared with you does not die. It's just waiting. The Orchard of Wisdom, ready for clicking. And when you click on it and you listen to it, it's what you need to hear in your now. It's what's there to guide you forward. I'm very honored to bring you all these people. I'm very happy to be living in this purpose. I'm very excited about where we're going. And I'm very proud of what we've already achieved. So come join me on this next path and see where Self-Discovery Media takes us. And if you wish to be a part of it, as a host, as a guest, as a sponsor, as an affiliate, as a novelist or an author, tutor, reach out to me. info@selfdiscoverymedia.com, because I'm there for you. We're there for you. This is a family, and we're very, very happy to share the knowledge and the wisdom. So, have a wonderful week, and until next time, bye for now. For more wonderful shows like this, please go to selfdiscoveryradio.com, podcasts, and see our lineup. And if you wish to support us, we have a funded button. Please stay tuned for our next show.